Today in Sacramento, California, chainsaws, data breaches, and educational dilemmas. Let's cut to the chase. I'm Dean Bark. Welcome to the City Report with Dean Bark, right here in Sacramento. Let's open with the big one. In Amador County, just up Highway 88 east of Sacramento, deputies arrested a man on suspicion of assault with a deadly weapon and DUI after an alleged chainsaw attack at the Gold Country Campground, a well-known spot near Pine Grove, where investigators say the suspect charged a neighbor with a running chainsaw. No word on injuries at this hour. The focus is on the dangerous behavior itself. Deputies report the man's blood alcohol content was 0.20%, which is more than twice California's legal limit of 0.08. He also had an outstanding felony warrant for a prior assault with a deadly weapon, and the arrest happened at a market in Pine Grove, a small foothill town in Amador County. Chainsaws should stay in horror movies, not campgrounds. That's the headline. Why this matters for Sacramento. Our region's outdoor recreation spots are busy as the weather warms, and public safety out there is everyone's business. Time to dig into the details. If you're camping, keep disputes calm, call 911 early if tempers flare, and remember that intoxication plus power tools is a recipe for tragedy. What's the takeaway? Substance abuse and repeat violent behavior continue to collide with public safety in our backyard. Shifting gears. A massive outage tied to a nationwide data breach has disrupted Canvas, the online learning management system used by the University of California and California State University systems. Canvas is the course hub, where students access lectures, assignments, and grades. Locally, that includes UC Davis and Sacramento State. A hacking group known as Shiny Hunters, an online collective that claims responsibility for corporate data thefts, is linked to the incident. Here's what institutions are saying. Avoid logging into Canvas until services are stable and you're cleared by official campus IT. The company behind Canvas is Instructure Inc. Reports so far indicate no sensitive data like passwords or social security numbers were compromised. Still, courses have been knocked off balance as universities work to restore access and keep instruction moving. Well, that's one way to learn about system resilience under pressure. Call it like it is. This breach is a wake-up call for better cybersecurity in education. For students and faculty, monitor official status pages, don't reuse passwords across services, and enable multi-factor authentication where possible. For the rest of us, when a core platform goes down, continuity plans matter. Professors, students, and IT teams are carrying a lot of weight today to keep learning on track. Moving on. At Hiram Johnson High School, part of the Sacramento City Unified School District, a debate over Native American imagery has reignited. Hiram Johnson's mascot and logos include Native American themes. Principal Garrett Kirkland, the school's leader for 9 years, argues the imagery is meant to honor. Student activist Lawson Miranda Brightman, a Hiram Johnson student who has spoken publicly on the issue, says it's offensive and wants change. Context matters. California law already bans derogatory Native American mascots in public schools, but the gray areas, what's considered honoring versus stereotyping, are still debated. Critics point out the images used at Hiram Johnson reflect Plains Indian nations rather than local tribes here in the Sacramento region. Supporters counter that the imagery represents school pride and tradition. Costs to rebrand, from uniforms to signage, are part of the conversation. So is cultural impact on current and future students. My take is brief. Cultural sensitivity should trump tradition when school imagery misses the mark. Next steps likely include more community meetings and district-level review. Let's not overcomplicate this. The goal is a school environment where every student feels respected. Let's transition to this. Sacramento City Unified School District is staring down a financial cliff with up to 600 layoffs on the table, including 136 full-time central office positions. The district's deficit is described as 9-digit and structural, and state receivership is a real possibility. State receivership means losing local control while the state steps in to stabilize finances. Enter the Fiscal Crisis and Management Assistance Team, FCMAT for short, a state agency that audits and advises on school district finances. FMAT recommends borrowing from the state to avoid operational shutdowns, a short-term lifeline that requires long-term belt tightening. Trustees are split on the path forward. Either way, deep cuts are coming. Parents, educators, and students across Sacramento should brace for program changes, staff reductions, and service impacts. Looks like someone forgot the memo about structural reform a few budget cycles ago. Personal view kept short. It's time for serious financial reform to prevent rinse and repeat crises. Watch for board votes and state partnership decisions in the coming days. Those timelines dictate how fast changes roll into schools. And now, a rare bright spot amid the district's turmoil. Edward Kelly Preschool, a historic parent participation preschool within Sacramento City Unified, will stay open after facing closure. The key player here is Amanda Chapman, a teacher at the school for a decade, who has agreed to reduce hours and forego benefits to ease the cost burden. The school has also raised tuition from $241 to $500 per month to cover operating costs. What changed the math? The preschool reportedly lost about $228,000 annually. Chapman's sacrifice and the tuition increase reduced the district's subsidy enough to keep the preschool open. Remember, all this sits within a larger, roughly $170 million district deficit and the looming threat of state receivership. Still, community action carried the day here. Chapman's selflessness is a reminder that dedication can keep dreams alive. That's the story right there. And that's your report for today from the City Report with Dean Bark. Stay informed, Sacramento, and join us again tomorrow.